While the EU is doing its best to kick out investors and new wealthy residents, it's quite refreshing actually to see that there are still countries that respect the value of investors and they are trying to attract them. And in today's episode, we will speak about one of my favorite countries that really offers a holistic package. Hi, I'm Jovana from Nomad Capitalist, where we help 7 and 8 figure entrepreneurs and families go where they are treated best. So, country that we will discuss today is, as I said, one of my favorite, and that is Uruguay. And what makes Uruguay very appealing is that they really understand the value of foreign investment. While Uruguay might not offer the greatest luxury amenities, and it's still somewhat difficult to travel to, and it kind of still respects very relaxed lifestyle where shops are not working on Sunday or at certain hours during the day. A country still has plenty to things to offer. So I would say that Uruguay is a solid offshore haven with good immigration policies, good banking system, and quite a high level of personal freedom. And you can still buy amazing plots of land and beachfront villas for relatively affordable prices. And yes, foreigners can own land without any complicated corporate structure, which is actually not allowed in many countries. So many other countries do not allow foreigners to purchase a land. So there are a couple of reasons why I say that Uruguay is an offshore tax haven. So the first reason is relatively easy tax residence. So besides universal day test of spending 183 days in Uruguay, Uruguay allows you to become a tax resident if you invest 460,000 United States dollar in real estate. So it doesn't have to be a commercial property, and you also do not have any specific requirements in terms of which property developers you need to invest or so on. So with investing 460,000 in a real estate, you will ensure yourself a tax residence, so you get tax residence certificate. And the only additional requirement is that you need to stay in the country for 60 days. So for this amount of money, you can actually buy a couple bedroom beach villa or huge plots of land somewhere, deeper in the country. So if you're interested in general about real estate market in Uruguay, please comment below or apply to our real estate plan, and our team will be happy to advise you on the best option that exists in Uruguay. So the second option or actually the third option to get a tax residence, very easy tax residence, obviously comes with a price tag. It is required for you to invest $2 million in a business and hire at least 15 people. And if you make such an investment, you do not have to spend any time in the country. You will get a tax residence certificate automatically. Obviously, this is just an option for those who actually want to invest in the country. And not for those who are just looking for a tax residence. So I believe that the second option was spending 60 days in Uruguay is way better, and you can definitely spend your Decembers or Januaries in Uruguay, enjoy surfing. So I know a lot of Australians or Californians do love it there during summer. The second reason why I said Uruguay is tax haven is because it allows so-called tax widow period. So it's a tax reduction incentives under which your entire foreign income is not taxable for 10 years. So technically a new tax resident have actually 11 years of a tax exemption. So the year in which you actually obtained your tax resident status plus additional 10 years. So total 11 years of tax holiday. So for 12 year onward, Uruguay will only tax you on the two types of a foreign income. It's dividends and interest at 12% tax rate. Alternatively, you can choose to waive the widow period and instead pay only 7% of taxes on interest and dividends for unlimited period of time. And the third reason is that Uruguay has one of very unique features. It's actually the only country in the world that respects that, and that is unilaterally accepting that you have paid certain taxes abroad and that you don't have to pay those taxes in Uruguay, even though there is no double taxation agreement between those specific countries. So they unilaterally respect that you have paid taxes in another country. So while foreign dividends and interest are excluded from this territorial principle and are taxable in Uruguay, again, if you don't go to a widow period, Uruguay respects tax credit paid overseas on those dividends and interest. For those willing to establish a business in Uruguay, Uruguay has many free zones plus additional tax relief for different industries and different categories of workers. So in order to benefit actually from this kind of personal tax advantages in Uruguay, you should first become a resident. And the most attractive option to become a resident is actually independent mean visa, under which you have to demonstrate that you have sufficient funds to live in Uruguay. And the money can come from pension, dividend, rental income, or a work contract with a company in Uruguay or outside of Uruguay. So they generally accept monthly income that is higher than 1,500 US dollars. So there is a slight complication regarding this process. So the process is slightly longer and the approval usually takes around 6 months. And during that time, you have to be in Uruguay because every time you leave, unless it's for some special circumstances and you have document proving that, they will pause your process. But once that process is done, you're becoming a permanent resident of Uruguay. So the best thing is that period for your citizenship starts running from the moment you applied for this initial temporary visa and not from the moment you got it. So you're pretty much buying back your 6 months. So citizenship is generally available after 3 or 5 years plus some processing time. So you can get a citizenship after 3 years if you are married. You do not have to have a spouse that is Uruguayan nationalities. You can just come with your spouse, your foreign spouse, and you both can get a citizenship in 3 years, or again 5 years if you are single. If you would like to get the benefits of Uruguay's tax and immigration system, or you would like to relocate overseas, but you're still not sure which jurisdiction is best for you, please visit nomadcapitalist.com/apply and start your application.